All right, so let's finish off here by talking about what you're trying to get out of this first contact. And, everything comes together there. It's finding the fit, like you said. So in the first contact, you're trying to get into one pile or the other, whether you're on track to meeting the school's requirements and being a potential recruit, or you're immediately a potential recruit for that coach, or you're deep into the process, you're going into your senior year, or you're in your senior year, whatever it is, and like you're not going to make the cut for that team. So let's just find the right school. Whatever situation you're in, you're trying to find that out first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you're trying to figure out if this school is a school that you want to continue to pursue. And, that initial contact with that coach, if they're interested and you're interested, then you can get on that phone call or send those text messages to each other and start to get to know each other.
Right.
And if you start to get to know each other, you listen to what the coach offers, what the school offers, what the coaching style's like, what the players are like, what the team's like as, in terms of their goals and what they want to do with the program and how you're going to help them, and then what you can get academically out of the school. And of course, it's also important to know what type of money is there. We often forget to talk about the financial side because, nobody wants to bring up, hey, coach, I want a scholarship. Hey, I can only afford this or whatever it is. But I truly believe that that's part of the initial conversation you are having. There's just a way to do it, is that if you're only have a certain amount of money that you can put towards college, and there's a ceiling there. And I urge parents to sit down early on and do some college planning, is sit down as early as possible and reevaluate every so often and say, look, if my son or daughter found the best university for them and it was a good school that we also approve of and all that stuff, I'm willing to spend up to this amount of money.
Right.
Have that there.
Get a budget.
Exactly. But the budget has to be more than just, I want to spend this much.
Right.
What you want to spend and what you have to spend are going to be two different things, right? And so knowing what you're able to spend if and when needed should be written down.
Right.
What you want to spend, you can certainly write down. But remember, the coaches are the market, and the market will dictate how much you're worth. And it depends on where you're going and what you're doing. And that's another topic of discussion. But having that information there will also determine for the athlete, and this is where parents, you can help, whether you're not, it's realistic to seek that school out or not. So if you get a coach who says, look, we don't have scholarships, we're Division III, but we have academic scholarship that you could qualify for, or you would not qualify for anything. And based on your income, you wouldn't qualify for any aid. It costs $60,000 a year to go to school here. If that is not something you can ever entertain, then why are you even wasting your time and the coach's time? Just,
right.
You got to move on from that school. But if it's something that you can entertain, then certainly see it through. There's just a way to approach it that I believe comes off to the coach as you're not just looking for money. It's more of saying, hey, coach, here's my athletic resume, here's my academic resume, and here's my financial resume. And don't try to lowball coaches or make ridiculous budgets. Like parents, I know you guys are, some people are going to think, I can, it's a negotiation battle. This is a sales thing. Yes, in some way it can be, but for the most part, coaches have budgets. There's certain things involved. So just, if a coach is just because you tell a coach that you might have a $60,000 a year budget that you'd be willing and able to spend, doesn't mean you're going to spend that money.
Right.
So coaches also are going, if you're an athlete and you have scholarships, they're also going to offer you something that is fair and competitive to what other schools are offering. So just because they may know you have a budget of up to $60,000 to spend doesn't mean they're going to offer you nothing. They're all going to realize that other schools are going to offer you something. So they also have to offer you something and compete.
Right.
So it's really important. That's, I believe, you're trying to get that out of the first, not the first contact, but the first set of communication that you're having, is at least understanding the financial aspect of that college to make sure it's in line with your budgets so that you don't start barking up the wrong tree.